And looks like we're live. And by we, I mean me, because others have not filtered in yet. But hello to anybody out there watching. At the moment, the counter says 0, so whoever watches this later on, hello. Week 72 of our weekly chat. We have one person watching already. Where we're going to talk about some news, what's happened in our LEGO worlds, as well as how complex and deep is our mock universe. This is an idea from David Sincere, who will hopefully join us shortly. Based on Dave Cowdice's, I'm trying to point and make my finger go over it, but it's not going to work. Based on Dave Cowdice's lunar space base, which is what that picture is on the side here. Because Dave has created a whole universe for this, and it's something he's been creating over the years. So anyway, we'll wait and see who joins us. But for now, I will talk to myself because we don't actually have any viewers again. So yeah, just kind of hang out and wait for people to show up. Let's see. Things that have happened to me this week. I've been sorting Technic because I'm insane. I'm actually done sorting Technic. I'm now just organizing all my bins and making sure they're all labeled nicely and crap. And I'll probably repeat this again in a few minutes when people join in and actually are listening. But anyway, I'm sorting Technic. Just doing some general reorganization. I did build something this week as well. I built a couple of Speed Champion sets too, but I didn't actually bring them down with me. The newer 2-packs or two car sets that I built, which are the McLaren ones and the Mercedes 2-pack, the race car and the Indy car, and then the regular AMG sports car. Could also be a track car. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway. So yeah, I've been doing that and bunch of work and stuff, and trying to think what else I've done. I built a ship, which I will show off in a few minutes once a few more people are on. Hello, David Sincere. You are the only person watching right now, so I'm just biding the time till others join in, and we'll see what happens. So, but yeah, my phone just beeped. Anyway, so yeah, I think I stated last week I was going to start building something in dark blue, a spaceship, because years ago I had built or started building. I'm trying to find the cockpit here. Just put that on here. I started building my idea. Dave's coming. He's just waiting for his computer. His computer is still not there yet. But I started building like this little tank thingy in dark blue years ago, and I ran out of parts because I built this back when dark blue was just coming out, and I had some parts but not a lot, and it was just using the bright green. For some reason I like that dark blue and bright green combination, and I basically stopped building this because I ran out of parts, but I've always wanted to do something dark blue, trans green. Realizing now how unphotogenic it is. It doesn't come out well on the screen. But what I ended up building, or I started building Friday of last week, using the, well, hold on. Let me just do this because they actually come off real easily. Using the cement mixer pieces, which I've talked about in the past. So I actually built something with that, and I'm just putting that piece back on because thankfully it's Technic and it just pops off. So I built a ship, which I'll probably show off again in a few minutes once someone other than Dave is watching, because Dave's kind of seen this already, but my rendition of a ship. Actually, you know what? We can just go to that mode for now, which is all me. But so still work in progress. I want to make it longer. I wanted to make it minifig scale originally, but right now it's like micro scale. That would be the bridge up to the front here, and kind of a cargo container. So cargo containers would be, sorry, a cargo ship. So cargo containers would be in these hull pieces in the top and bottom, and the back one is for the engine. But really, I was just building it to try and figure out how to integrate the hull. like integrate, sorry, these concrete pieces into the structure itself. So because the shape is a little irregular, so I came up with, you know, a complex kind of way to do it where there's Technic supports going all the way through the body, and then try to build off the angles off of that, or off of that. Yeah, the color looks great, but it's the dark blue. I think I need to add more light color in here. Oops, hold on, let me just pop that back on. Nope. So one by one. Sorry, I have to pull one of these off. The for Technic bricks in dark blue, there's only like 1 by 1 and like 1 by 8, I think, Technic bricks. So I've got these 1 by 1s holding this, the containers on, or the concrete mixer part on. But it's one of those days. I'm pulling them all off now. Because the only way to get this put on properly is to, I wouldn't say force it, but I now have to put that piece on that fell on the floor. Where the heck did it go? All the way back here. Okay. Lost a side piece here, which just kind of snaps in. Okay, now I can get this container in, and it shouldn't be an issue. Or I keep on saying container. Cement mixer, Technic cement truck mixer, large scale. There we go. So yeah, dark blue. Make the sections between the cement mixer pieces in light gray. Yeah, I was thinking that, or white, just because there is a white accent in here. Like there's white with these two oranges, so I was playing with that in here. But yeah, I was thinking if I make it longer, put some more white in just to give it color. But I'm trying to figure out, because that's a lot of dark blue in one area, so if I do a lot more white, I've got to figure out how to tie that in a bit better. But this is my first attempt, and I'm not 100% happy with it, but you know, it is what it is. So it's only you and I, Mr. Sincere. So if you join, then we'll just be talking to each other, same as now. But anyway, people that can't make it tonight, our newest member, Matt, is playing hockey in Georgia, because they play hockey in the summer, because, you know, the slush on their ice rinks is hard enough, I guess, to skate on. I don't know. So he wasn't able to join us tonight, and Mr. Cowdice is camping. He said he might try and join in at some point, and if he does join in, we'll jump into the subject, the topic of tonight, anyhow, just because he'll be live for a few minutes, and we can just get his opinion on stuff. My phone just told me I'm currently live on YouTube. Make a ship for September. Well, I've already kind of made the ship, so I don't know if I can take this apart and rebuild it for September and make it bigger. I debated that, but September's a little ways away, so I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah. So I was working on that. Like I said, sorting Technic because I'm crazy. No, actually, I was sorting Technic because I started with dark blue Technic because I needed the dark blue 1 by 1s because I realized I had them, and I only had them in a set that I'd just taken apart. So I had to sort my dark blue Technic, which wasn't a lot. So I did that. And then it was like, as I was building this, I needed Technic pins in black. And I'm like, oh, I might as well just pull the black Technic pin like mess that I've got of all the pins, because I did kind of sort it at least. Sub-sort it so that most of the pins and the connector pieces were all together in the same one. So I just dumping that into a bin, and then I was sorting it and taking the pins out that I needed. September is a month away. Yeah, technically, I guess in a few more days, it is a month away. So maybe I'll revisit that for September and rebuild it either minifig scale or something else. I don't know. Or I'll just rebuild it completely different. But this was more just a study of how to make the body, or how to match up to those concrete containers. the concrete mixer. I'm trying to think what it's actually called. What's the cement? What's that part of a cement truck actually called? Um, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Your computer's really slow, Dave. Just saying. Just saying. So, and I'm just bugging you because I can. So yeah, I had also started building another little dark blue thing years ago, like 10 years ago, that also took that same window. Because I had I think I have 3 or 4 of these. So just kind of figuring out how to build a little cockpit that fits that window snugly enough. And I guess basically those arches do mostly fit. You can see there's a little bit of gap there. Now that we have the newer arches, although not in dark blue, might be able to try something with newer arches to make that work. But anyways, hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's
You
good.
know, the worst part is I
Me.
added RAM to my computer this
Oh,
week.
okay. Yeah.
I went from 8 gigabyte. Well,
Yeah. Gigabyte.
yeah,
Yeah.
8 gigabyte to 32
Yeah.
gigabyte,
Yeah.
and it's still slow to start.
Like actually, like booting.
Yeah,
So I mean, that's probably more just hard drive speed or just how much stuff you have running on the PC, right?
but I don't
Um,
have that much running on the
yeah. I
PC.
don't know. How old is it?
It's like it's a. I bought it in 2019, so
Oh, okay. Is it a solid state drive in it, or just a regular
yeah,
cylinder?
regular. No, it's a regular.
Okay. Regular drive. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know. I
know,
know
man.
they do get slower as time goes on, right? Just booting up because of all the patches that are put onto Windows and all that
Yeah,
crap over the years. It does just slow things down.
yeah.
But 2019, that's quite slow for 2019, I would say.
Yeah, once it started, it works great, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's so slow starting and
yeah. I never
um,
turned mine off, so maybe that's why I don't have to worry. Unless there's a Windows update. I mean, I have the little update in Chrome right now that's orange. Eventually, it'll turn red. But like it slowly changes colors over weeks if you don't do it. If you don't actually restart Chrome, it's like,
yep.
stop nagging me, Chrome. Stop nagging me. So, so what have you been doing this past week?
Well, today I made a purchase.
Ooh, oh yes, I think I've heard about this purchase.
Yes,
I could guess, but why don't you tell us?
I went and pre-ordered a third 49 7,
And by that he means
the
the
Galaxy.
Galaxy Explorer, because of these two guys.
Yes, because of these two guys, and I saw the Jay's review on the two alternate models.
Yeah, and actually, we're gonna talk about that one in a little bit. Yeah.
So yeah,
Um, did you
I,
actually do a full review on them?
yep.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a review. Following my review, which will be released globally on the first from Lego.com. Sorry, I'm just looking at it. Oh, it's a video.
Well, he did a video, but he also made a written review of the
Ah,
alternate models, and
okay. Yeah, I
with
didn't
some
actually
pics and
scroll down far enough. I just saw
so
that the instructions would be available or August 1st, but not sure how yet. So, wow. Yeah, okay. We'll look at that later. As I'm sitting here looking at it as we're talking.
so yeah. So Lego had a limit of two per pre-orders,
Yes.
so I ordered two, and then you told me about the Walmart offering the pre-order two, but
Yeah,
it's
which is
coming
about
on
what, 10
August
days later?
12th.
Yeah.
Yeah, August 12th or August 13th. They say they're gonna get it August 11th and they're gonna
Yeah.
ship it, and I might get it on August 13th. So
Okay. Well, that's not bad. I mean, you'll probably get the one that you ordered from Lego.com like sometime at the end of next week, if not the week after.
yeah,
Um, the interesting
hopefully.
thing was, and I did mention this to you guys already, but I didn't since we're um, the Lego.com one is no longer available for pre-order.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if this is going to go right to out of stock as soon as it becomes available.
Wow. And I told you about The Office
Yeah,
being $20 cheaper on pre-order on
Walmart. Yeah,
Walmart.ca.
yeah.
Well, it's gone. It's that
Oh, they
the
took it down.
no, the it's still there, but it says out of stock. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
on pre-order, but it's out of stock already.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, how many people would have jumped on that to get it now for $20 off, right? I was a
Oh,
little tempted, but decided not to because I don't actually want the sets. It was like, oh, Lego on sale. Let's
you
go.
go on sale.
But not so
But
much.
like Matthew said in our private chat, you could probably swing around and sell all the minifigs
Uh,
for about the
but
same price that you paid the set, especially with the $20 off.
yeah. So what I would say is I would do that, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't be rushing to list them right away because I'm
No,
guessing, like you're probably going to get. You probably list them for around the set price of the set, and someone's going to buy the set instead of the figs in that case,
yeah,
right? But
you
I
no, you wait for it to be in either back order or
yeah,
even discontinued,
and then start
and
listing them.
and then list
Yeah,
them.
yeah. That one's available. Yeah, that one's available August 1st too, isn't it?
No, it's available October 1st.
October 1st. Oh, okay. Wow, and it was already available for pre-order. That's kind of crazy
Yeah,
on Walmart, huh?
and it's already available on pre-order on
From Shop at
Lego.com.
Home.
So
Okay. And I'd heard the 10497 was a Walmart exclusive in stores as well. Like you wouldn't be able to get it on Toys R Us apparently, which probably means Mastermind Toys is the same. Which kind of
probably
sucks.
and they say the Walmart says the same thing about the Office set.
Oh, okay. So it's exclusive to them.
Yeah,
Huh. So I'm tempted on August 1st, which is our Victoria. Do you guys have a holiday on the first as well,
yeah,
or?
yeah,
Yeah, okay. I
yeah.
wasn't sure if it was Canada wide or not. Um, I think our stores are open still, if I recall correctly, because it's just a civic holiday. It's not a government holiday. Um, so I'm tempted to walk into Walmart on August 1st just to see if this set is on the shelves. Actually, I'll probably go on the Sunday as well, just to see if the set is on the shelves or not. Um, because I might just pick one up on that day just to have it, even though like I've got one on order from Shop at Home and it's pre-ordered currently in warehouse, or at least last I checked, which was a few hours ago in warehouse.
Me too.
So it's not like they're going to ship that out. Like ideally, they should ship it today, because by the time it
It
actually gets
should.
to me, by the time it actually gets to FedEx, which is usually 5 days or 3 to 5 days, it'll be August. It'll be after August 1st before we get it, obviously, right? But
Yeah.
anyways, I'm just curious. Are you actually still watching the YouTube channel too?
No.
Okay, so we do have one watcher. So whoever you are, hello.
Yes.
Um,
Am I still watching? I don't think I'm watching. No, I'm not watching.
if it is Dave, then no longer hello. But anyway, um, so yeah, it's summer, right? What can you do? Dave Cowdice is camping. He's,
Camping,
he's trailering. You know,
trailing.
it's a pop up, so I guess technically it's as close to camping you can get with a trailer. So
Well, he is outside,
yes, he is in the elements. He is. That's for sure.
and that
So
it's not a trailer. It's a
no, it's a pop up trailer. That's what I was
yeah.
saying. It's close.
It's
It's basically a tent on wheels.
yeah.
But it's what can you say to that? I don't know.
Hey, he's not
Uh,
roughing it, but
he's not. Yeah, he's not roughing it per se.
yeah,
So, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, for me, built. I mean, I built this over the weekend, so I mean, I'm pretty happy that I was able to kick it out that quickly. It doesn't even have engines. It's still, but this was more of a proof of concept than anything.
I like the bridge that you made on the
Oh
front
yeah,
end.
yeah. Well, and I actually have like three of these in my brickling store that are unstickered because they're just like translucent window. But I thought technically, here, let me just full screen me. Technically, that kind of matches the color pattern because it does have the white and the oranges and a blue.
Yep.
So it's from it's from the Nexonite set. And I had a copy I bought two copies on clearance from years ago from an Indigo chapter store. and I bought 2 copies, and I had put one for my Bricklink store, which I never parted out until like a few months ago. And the other set my son saw, and he's like, "Oh, can I build it?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine," because I was originally going to just part both of them out. But so therefore, I technically have all the pieces. Well, I have at least those canopies, so I can finish it off because I'm missing one. I'm missing one on this side, or this side, because it comes 3 to a set. So, but yeah, dark gray is hard to work in. There's not a lot of dark gray parts that are specialized, and there are a lot that have come out recently, but they're either in a set, like they're in the Ford Mustang, or they're just not in any sets I own, type thing. So it's like, oh,
Well,
so
you can. I think there's a good selection of dark blue parts in the bricks and pieces.
yes, and I have started a bricks and pieces list for some of the parts that I was using. For example, 1x3 tile. I needed 4 of them, and right now I've got the police call, like Doctor Who police box tile there. Just because I ran out of I only had 3 1x3s. I'm like, okay, don't know where the other ones are, but so I mean, it's technically I wouldn't mind doing a bricks and pieces order and just basically going through some of the parts that I like and making sure I have them in a variety of colors. Because I will use them, at least in the primary colors, in the dark blues, greens, reds, things like that. Because we would be using them at some point. So
Well, especially if you're working on a dark blue ship.
yeah,
I mean,
you
you
definitely
need,
want the dark
yeah.
blue. So, but yeah, I guess we'll jump into the news. It's probably going to be a shorter chat, I'm assuming, just
Yeah.
because there's not a lot of news. B, our topic really revolved more around David David Cowdice. And there's not a lot of people in chat either, so we won't get much in the way of that. But
I'm not the watcher.
I'm
I don't know
still.
who's watching, but it's not me.
Yeah, that's all right. Whoever's watching, welcome. Say hi in chat if you want. I don't. My sister said she had someone working at her house all day, like they were installing. She's in an apartment building, and they were installing new fire alarms and everything in the building, in all the bedrooms and stuff. So instead of putting holes in the wall roofs and running the electrical cables through, because it's all plugged into the fire station, or at least to the whatever 911 or whatever it is, they ran conduits all through her house. So now she's got like an ice white ceiling with silver conduit going everywhere. So she wasn't too happy with that, but because they were doing that, she wasn't able to. She had to stay up longer, so she's probably still asleep, and we'll probably just roll out of bed and go to work. But yeah, let's hit the news because we can.
This week in the news.
This week in the news. Like I said, not a lot of it, but there is some. So earlier this
birthday cake.
Birthday cake? No, that's not a birthday cake. That's a.
Oh.
Is it a birthday cake? I don't understand what this line is here for. It's throwing me off. But anyways,
cake. They're cutting the cake.
Where's the Lego knife?
I don't know.
Okay.
It looks like a cake.
So Lego.
I don't know. Maybe I'm hungry and I feel like.
Well, now I want cake. Thanks, Dave. Thanks a lot. So in the Lego stores, I think it was last week for a couple of days, they had a buildable set that you could buy, a little 90th. No, not you could buy. It was a giveaway. 90th anniversary. 90 years of play, a little gift of a red brick. It will be available again April 10th and 11th. August 10th and 11th, because August 10th is their official 90th anniversary. So it is available again, but it's not something that they have on the storefront. Like in the store, you have to kind of walk up to the desk and say, "Hey, have you got any of those red brick things?"
Hey, you want to hit me up?
And if they have it, they have it. I'm actually surprised there's no set coming out on August 10th or 11th. Like on their actual.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, but yeah. So this
kind of a letdown. I mean, it's your big 90th anniversary thing.
And we do have the August 1st set, and the castle comes out on August 8th, August 3rd if you're a VIP member. But why not do it on the 10th? It was like, I guess because it's a Wednesday or Thursday.
Ivan is here.
Hey, Ivan, welcome. We were just talking about you and your conduits and stuff, so I don't know if you heard that. But anyways. It's a quiet stream tonight for sure. But yeah, so this brick was available, and Lego has posted the instructions for the set. So this is just from the Brick Fan, so you can just go to the Brick Fan and get the Instructions if you wish to build the red brick that has a weird space in the middle for no reason that I can think of. I'm just trying to actually say if it says what that thing is for. I'm not able to make it, but our friend Charlie has sent over the building instructions. Anyways, not really sure. Like there's that. That just looks weird to me. Dave says it's where the knife cut the cake, but how come there's no piece of the cake missing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway.
Maybe it's just a slot that you can put like a paper in,
Well,
or
and it is a hollow brick, so yeah, maybe it's a coin box. I guess could be that. I don't know. It's just strange. It's not a complete red brick. Anyway, how many times do I say anyway in a stream?
anyway.
That's the question. Anyway, yeah. All right, slow news day. That's why we're talking about this. San Diego Comic-Con wrapped up on the weekend. There wasn't a lot of Lego news. So the Avatar sets had been announced just
There was a
before.
lot of Marvel news.
There was a lot of Marvel news. They dropped a few trailers and they showed off at the Marvel panel. They showed off a few other trailers that no one else has seen. So Guardians of the Galaxy and what was the other one? There's another trailer they dropped early for the people at the panel, and I can't remember what it is. But yeah, also the Black Panther movie, Black Panther 2, which that trailer was amazing. That's available to be seen. And there, I Am Groot little trailer for
the five
series.
shorts. Who will be on Disney Plus?
Oh, and She-Hulk was the other one. Yeah, the I Am Groot and She-Hulk. The trailers for those, they had that as well. And I think they're both coming out in August on Disney Plus. But yeah, for Lego, other than the Avatar sets, there wasn't really anything. So one of the Alan Tran, who runs the Brick Fan, he was actually at San Diego Comic-Con. So he took some pictures and stuff and was just talking about it. I read over it earlier, and basically just saying there was a Lego store you could go up to, and there was a huge lineup for it. You couldn't actually look at any products, but they had like a checklist. You could say, I want this set and this set, and they bring it out to you and you buy it.
It's interesting that there's a lot of people wearing masks in that picture.
I think it was mandatory.
Really?
They were doing mandatory COVID tests, and I believe it was mandatory for everybody to be wearing masks.
Wow.
Which I applaud them for.
Kudos. Yep.
Anyway, yeah, thanks, sis. You're trying to make me say it anyway. By the way, that's one word. Technically, it's not any way. It's anyway.
You just did it again.
I did. That's my word, apparently. So there weren't any San Diego Comic-Con exclusives available anymore. But apparently, if you did go up, well, they were giving away like little sets like the Creative Light Brick. If you played a game or something there, but there was huge lineups for that. And he was told that there were 2 gift for purchase Electro polybag, which I think was previously available in a TC14 minifig, which is a Star Wars one. I'm not sure who that is.
It's the chrome silver C3PO.
Oh, okay. Those were both previously available.
Yep.
I'd assume, yeah. So they weren't actually exclusives or anything.
Nope.
But
it's good because Lego has been criticized for bringing in exclusive to the San Diego Comic-Con and not for the rest of the world. So
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, there's also now those people that were there to get all the exclusives and now are missing out on some because they don't exist. They did also have a little preview for the Star Wars Summer Vacation Lego video or episode that will be dropping also on Disney Plus. So as a result, they had like the Vader dressed up in his summer outfit. They also had a brick built Mario and Luigi, Yoshi, red Yoshi, I guess, because he's red. The 14-foot tall Bowser that we talked about last week.
And you can see in that picture how tall he is because there's some people that you have some reference, kind of frame of reference there.
He's 2.3 people tall for the average 6-foot person because he's 14 feet tall. Rough math. Please bear with me. But they also had a panel on the Friday for Lego. What was it called? Lego. Trying to think what the product was called. Lego World or something like that. Oh, Lego World Builder, which is, I guess, a program they're working on where people can build stuff online interactively, that type of stuff. Kind of another Lego universe, or not Lego universe. I forget what it's called. But they've done this a few times, so they've got some other building type games. Um, so that was really what they were talking about on the Friday. There wasn't anything on the Saturday. He did actually post another article for the Sunday, with the panel that Boone was running, from he's now a Lego designer, previously on Lego Masters, and it was about Ninjago. The second half of the current season, Ninjago will drop on Netflix in October. I'm not sure if that's Netflix Canada as well, but it will drop then. There's also in 2023 there'll be another Lego Ninjago series that isn't a reboot. It's maybe a spin-off or something like that will be airing. There's the possibility of a Lego movie in the future as well that was mentioned. They showed off some of the Lego Star Wars shorts, and the summer vacation stuff. So there's some pictures of that, just Baby Yoda building sandcastle type stuff, and Ben and Vader dueling in the desert. Haven't they done this already? Anyway, and then afterwards resting on lawn chairs because, well, hey, they're exhausted. They just dueled all day.
Because
And
they're
then
old.
they did a little preview of Lego Masters as well there, and with an Amy and Jamie little segment as well. So yeah, I mean, not very many exclusives or many sets were announced. Obviously, because the Avatar sets were dropped a few hours or a few days earlier. As Dave and I were talking about earlier, the Alan Tran, no Jay's
Jay.
Jay. Also posted a review of the alternate builds, which I didn't realize they were actually in here, for the one for this set. And yes, I probably will buy a couple more sets in order to build it. But they're only $129 versus $500. So, but
Yep.
but yeah, here's the 918 version, which doesn't have landing gear.
No, it doesn't have a landing gear. But Jay, if you scroll down, Jay added some landing gears.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And
Okay.
it looks if you keep scrolling. Yeah, no, yeah.
There it is.
There
You
it
just
is.
basically put the original landing gear.
You just put the struts on it, but it looks better with the struts.
Oh, it does. It does versus like lying on the ground.
Yeah.
So the 918 with its original counterpart, and then he also did the 924.
Yep.
As well.
Again with no landing gear.
Here it is here. Yeah, again, no landing gear. So landing gear not included. Oh no, the 924 has landing gear.
Cool.
So, of course, I'm wondering how many people are going to be trying to get printed bricks for 918 and 924 now in the 1x6.
I actually saw not printed, but there's a guy selling stickers, Brickit.
Okay. Brick sticker shop.
Brick Stickit. Yeah, the Brick Stickit is actually selling stickers that you can apply, and you reproduce the LL 918 and LL 924 on stickers that goes on 1x6.
Yeah.
Exactly like this the LL 928.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
So
I think when I originally looked at those stickers at one of the stores that was selling them, I noticed looked like they were 1x4 stickers. So hopefully they've resized it to 1x6.
No, you resized that you resized it, and so
okay. All right.
They're good to go. I'm actually ordering some, so
yeah, makes sense. I can understand that. So next up, Lego Minifigure Factory is now live in the U.S. Now I don't know about Canada. I haven't had a chance to look at this yet.
Click on it.
We have shopping. No, because it'll just bring me to the American site. So we have it.
You're still on the American site because it's $9.99 for the Galaxy Explorer.
Thank you. This work. My work PC goes to Canada. Not that I shop for Lego while I'm working or anything.
No.
No.
You wouldn't, Jeff.
No. I guess I actually have to go back to the main page here. How would we find that?
Oh, it's in the. I think it would be in the menu, like bricks and with the bricks and um, pick and build,
Scrolling down, discover. Yeah,
shop, pick and build.
pick and build. Yep. Okay. Brick accessories and kits. Well, let's just go into that and see what it is. Pick a brick, brick accessories. We're here to help. So let me actually go back to the US site.
So not available in Canada.
Well, it's not here either. Um, let me just, what's it called again? It's called the Minifigure
Minifigure
Factory.
factory. Just type in factory.
Survey says.
Ooh.
That doesn't look like it either, though. Let's just try factory then. I'd already typed that minifigure, so I wasn't going to go back. And you know what? I could just do.
Yeah.
Smarty pants. Oh, so it's Lego.com US minifigure factory, and then the minifigure factory isn't quite ready yet. Check back later.
So it's now working.
Well, is that just because it knows I'm in Canada? Possibly. That might be why we couldn't find a link right away off of there. Okay, so it was available for. I know it was in beta earlier. I've seen a few people do stuff with it, and build things. So, looks like you can basically customize a fig. You can put whatever you want on it as long as it's not a business logo, I believe.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, because Lego did crack down on those.
Yeah, but is that just because they want you to use their tool and charge you like $15 a fig for that?
That
or
could
12,
be.
Well, 12 US.
Because they did send out a warning to all those who did some printings and like you cannot customize a minifigure to represent an existing company.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you can't really upload an image, right? Like you can do a shirt and decorate it and put text on, but you can't actually upload a logo to it. That looks of it. So, but I mean, you can write. We can do Canadian brick builders on a fig if we wanted to. I would assume.
With the red shirt.
With the red shirt, yes. Well, printed red, I guess. but yeah. Next up, we have Mr. Cowdice. Wait, you're supposed to be camping.
No, I was packing for camping.
He was packing for camping.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to be camping. I don't actually.
We are going camping. We're going camping tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night.
Friday morning.
Okay. So you can hang out with us for a while.
Well, I missed you.
Oh no! But I'm saying you're here for a while. We can continue
the
news,
I missed Dave, so that's why I came on here.
Have you built a spaceship this week, Dave?
And I missed Jeffy too. Have I built a spaceship?
Yes. Have you built a spaceship this week?
This is the first time I've been in a Lego room in about a week and a half. So
yeah. Okay, so I'll just zoom past you here with this thing.
I was watching the progress that you're posting on Facebook, and I was very happy.
Facebook Messenger. I haven't actually publicly posted those pictures because I'm not happy with it. But yeah. So since Dave Jones, we will actually go back to the news because BrickCon 2022. Not like any of us are going to BrickCon, although I really want to go to BrickCon. They actually for this year they're doing a collab build. It's called Mocking Memories. So basically, rebuild any old set, not any set. Rebuild it in current fashion or in like Galaxy Explorer, like modernized type fashion.
What Chris is doing right now.
What Chris is doing right now. So they're actually doing this as a theme for BrickCon 2022. So they'll probably have
this is cool.
Best display prize or something like that. maybe I don't know if Bricon does prizes, but I just thought it was kind of interesting because Chris is doing it, and a lot of other people have been reinventing with the Forestmen set that was re-released. It was basically a revision of the original one. So I just thought
What?
I'd mention it.
They're re-releasing a space set right now? I had no idea.
How many copies have you got on order?
I have one.
Only one?
Only one.
We're tied. Wow.
Unlike
Sincere's
David, who's ordered a few.
Yes.
More than a few.
But do you have plans to build the 918 and the 924 rebuilds?
I'm gonna build the 918 and I'm gonna save up money and buy another one. Then I'll build the rest of them. But I'm gonna build the 918 first.
Oh, because that was your first set.
That was my first set.
Yeah. Yes, we know.
My first space set.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
See, I'm jealous because my first base set was like the little white one with the 4 rockets underneath, like the little buggy.
Yeah.
I forgot what a space scooter. No, it wasn't a space scooter. I forgot which one it was called, but I didn't get any of the cool ones. And if my parents are watching, well, they're not. Yeah, that guy. That guy. Yeah.
I got this. The second.
Is that the space scooter?
Scooter or
I forget
scout?
what it's called.
Yeah. Anyway.
6780. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's a shuttle. Sorry, it's a shuttle. Apparently, it's a shuttle.
It's got a honking huge rocket engine in the back, so I just picture these things going like 100,000% faster than anything else. There's a small light and it's got a big huge rocket thruster in the back. Like this whole back end's just engine.
Yeah, exactly.
They get point A to point B very, very fast.
I'm googling it. Small space shuttle craft.
It's a shuttle. It's a shuttle.
Well,
so I got the 918 one Christmas, and I got this one and the 6890 and the a few others for my next Christmas.
I never got any of the classic.
You're a little younger than the rest of us, so
yeah, but I got the space shuttle. Like the space shuttle came out at the same time.
Well, the space shuttle came out in 80.
This one here.
82.
Small space shuttle craft.
81.
80. Where's the
I want to say 82, but I might
scroll down the
81. 81.
Yeah, 81. Yeah.
Yeah, the 6890, and this one, and the.
I had these two: the space digger and the small space shuttle craft.
This one same year because I got that one for Christmas, and this one for Christmas
at
the same time.
Yeah,
that's fine.
So it was 80 where the other ones came out.
Yep.
78
and 79.
Yeah, all the 3 digits and 80. They started with the 4 digits.
Okay, yeah, because I had the X1 Patrol Craft as well. That I'm looking at it. So that was probably actually my first, I guess. Because in '79 I didn't have. Oh, I had the modular rocket launcher too. Huh.
Yeah, that was a 3-digit one.
Yeah, but in those years, the sets weren't discontinued after 2 years.
No, this is true too. Yeah,
they kept producing them. So
yeah, they stayed in the store shelf for a very long time.
Yes.
You could have bought off the shelf for 4 or 5 years. It was great.
Yeah, and I know we're all thinking this. How many of us would have want to go back in time and just clear out all of these things and bring them back with us?
And considering that every time I walked in the Zellers, they were there on the wall, and I never bought one of those sets because I was too busy just buying actual sets, not the minifigs.
Yeah.
And I wasn't buying base plates either at the time, which is odd because I got more than a few base plates now.
I'm just curious what the going price is on that little set now, new.
But seriously, they're up on the end. They're on the end, so you had the shelf of all the Lego sets, and they're right on the end, right in the hallway, so you could actually just buy that one.
And
then they replaced those with the minifig packs when the minifig packs were coming out, and the 1668 and the double sets. They had all those at the end of the shelf in the hallway. So I love going to Zellers. The only time I was actually disappointed is when I bought the 1968, whatever it was. That's the ugliest classic space set ever produced. Don't tell Aaron.
Nope.
Which one?
The 1968.
Oh, okay.
It was so bad. It was so bad. I still to this day can't figure out why I bought it.
I kind of like it.
A lot of people do.
I like it, but I can't tell you what it is. Is it a spaceship? Is it a space hovering thing? Is it a
for two?
And it has a rover that comes out.
The rover's good. I'm gonna say that the Rover's good because it's a robot with wheels.
928, is that what you said?
It's 1968, the year after I was born.
1968.
The unnamed.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's the only set that doesn't have a name.
It isn't actually in here either. Oh, set.
It's
Sorry,
not
Just
that
just go on set.
this guy
Yeah,
here.
there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that one.
I actually got that one on the mail order.
Okay.
But you could mail order it from Lego.
I was actually shocked
Wow.
I bought that one instead of Robot Command Center at the time.
And this is how we get sidetracked really easily.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Tangent.
For the record, none of those Fig 2-packs have prices on Bricklink or history for the last 6 months on Bricklink. So I'm thinking if you had them, you'd be a millionaire because you could list them for whatever you want. Minting package may have some damage from time travel.
Maybe.
So anyway.
Flux capacitor damaged it.
Set news, the Lego Star Wars ATTE Walker was supposed to be released August 1st. It has been delayed. It is official now. I noticed it last week. I might have mentioned it.
No, you didn't.
But, okay, well, I didn't. It's been delayed.
I know a few people who will be very disappointed.
Yeah. The current estimate is expected to be delayed by a few weeks, but they don't know.
Do they say why it was delayed? It was delayed?
Has been delayed. Lego has released. I did read. I thought it was a shipping related issue that they just didn't get them yet.
Delivery challenges.
I'm guessing it'll be out in September. Yeah.
Okay.
Delivery challenges.
Delivery challenges. Yeah, there we go.
What's a delivery challenges?
There was actually another set that got delayed too. And hold on, let me just pull it up.
The 10497, I think, got delayed.
No.
No, don't tell us that, Dave.
Dave. How dare you?
I got 3 on pre-orders.
I still think that Chris has one already. I just don't know, how he got
Chris doesn't have one, but
no, Matthew does have one. Matthew got one.
I'm starting to remember now that he does have one.
Oh, BD8 was the other one. 75335. BD8 was the other one that was currently delayed because
Is that the droid, the kind of clunky droid?
Yeah, this guy. I'm just pulling it up on Shop at Home. Again, American pricing because I just clicked on that link. Shift insert. This guy here. Oh no, this one's supposed to be coming August 1st. So they originally it wasn't listed, and now it's come back. So I have to update my spreadsheet again for that one. Was August 1st. I thought there was another one that was August 1st, and I had written it here. Oh, it was August 1st. Oh, Wild Animals of the Ocean and the Duplo set. It got pushed to October. It was August 1st originally. So
I was actually surprised with myself. I was at VV yesterday, and they had the entire Duplo circus set with all the animals.
Yeah.
And like for stupid cheap, and I didn't buy it.
Interesting.
With all
because
the
it's
animals.
Duplo.
Because it's Duplo. I had lots of Duplo in my life.
All right.
Isn't that cute, Josh?
Okay, next up, Lego Marvel. So we should keep our eyes out on Costco's because Lego has there's an Infinity collection.
No.
Yes.
Josh, I'm on the show.
Yes. Which has the Iron Man Infinity, the Iron Man Hall of Armor and an I Am Groot collection together. It's 31% off savings if you buy it together.
Wow. Oh, cool.
So that's a decent price. Now, I haven't checked Costco's website yet, at least here, but I'm assuming it'd be an in-store thing. So I actually
probably because if it goes to their website, it's going to be after they come out in the warehouse.
And this one's already available in some Costco's, so people are getting the Groot figure before he's actually released. So that's kind of interesting. Funny enough, I ordered a couple of these on Lego or on Amazon because they were available for the Prime days, and I have an I Am Groot coming as well. So
You
overpaid.
I overpaid, but
that's okay.
I wanted Groot. Look how cute he is.
Is that the same? Is that the same build as the Iron Man
the previous Hall of Armor? No, it is a
Yeah.
different one. It's using
Oh,
garage door pieces, like the garage
okay.
door thingies in the middle. It's similar but not exact.
Okay.
So it's a decent build. I actually built it. Well, Thomas built one of them yesterday, and I built the remainder of the second set I bought because I put the figs up on Bricklink and sold two of the figs already. I think two.
Nice.
Yeah, two.
Wow.
So I made $30 back on that set. So I'm
Nice,
happy
nice,
right
nice.
now.
I had the original Hall of Armor, but Josh built it with left.
There's 3 of them in total now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we got the first one.
Yeah. So yeah, Black Panther. I guess technically these were Comic-Con announcements too, weren't they?
Probably.
That the Black Panther sets were released or announced. So we'll start. I scroll down just to get the actual breakdown. So the first one is Shuri's Sunbird, 355 pieces, which is interesting because it also includes an Ironheart figure. So I'm guessing Ironheart will drop similar time frame as this. And I'm assuming this is Ironheart right here, which is the Iron Man, female Iron Man that takes place of Tony Stark. But I love the look of the ship. I think it's a pretty cool looking little vehicle.
That's cool.
The bad guy has a weird helmet that he's a nautical dude. He's Namor, I think was his name.
Kind of reminiscent of, I guess, Exoforce.
Yeah. I like the look of the ship though. I'm definitely interested in getting this one. So there's no better pictures. It's just the one picture each. Shuri's Lab, which is a 58-piece set. My thought originally was this might be a junior set because it has the look of a junior set, although it does have some smaller parts. And I mean, like what a skateboard? But anyway, but it has a Black Panther in it and Shuri. And lastly was King Namor's throne room, which has a Black Panther sub. And is that Shuri again? Yeah, Shuri in a Black Panther outfit. So I think we kind of know who Black Panther is going to be. But and again, this blue dude with the weird helmet.
Blue dude
with the weird helmet. That's his official name.
And the Jaws.
And
Jaws.
yeah, well, and that's Namor, right? That's the big bad of this movie, I think. But interesting to see these sets come out. I'll definitely will get one of these, I think, because it looks pretty cool. I'd like to get a couple other angles to see what the back looks like, but eventually they'll drop those pictures. 76211. I'm assuming that's not available on Shop at Home yet. No.
Nope.
Although I love how, based on the number, it knows, oh, that's a Marvel set. So here's Marvel sets that you can look at.
It's not available yet, but here are some other
yeah.
Marvel sets that you might enjoy.
Are we interested in the sets that are coming out August 1st to see them all? Because there's a bunch of them.
Like a bunch?
Like a bunch. Yeah, like 60,
I think
70.
Dave would be interested.
Because I was going to do a video, but then I realized that Jay has done one. Has already done one. And I'm like, you know what? That's a lot less work. We'll just go through really quickly. The Forest Bank gift for purchase is going to be available August 2nd again. So for all of you that bought 2 or 3 of them, they were up there. They're not there anymore. That might have 2 or 3 of them. They're coming back. So
nice.
All that money was
really cool set. The original set was really cool. I got like 2 or 3 copies from all my buying.
So obviously Galaxy Explorer was already talking
about that.
The Lion Knight Castle, which comes out on the 8th, as I mentioned.
That looks really good.
It does. And it's 2 halves too. There's like a peasant side and the actual castle, and it's gorgeous.
Look how big it is.
Look at all these minifigures.
How much is that? Seriously.
500 Canadian.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's why I'm torn, because I want 1 or 3. I want 1 or 3 because they have alternate builds for like the 918, 92. Oh no, wait, they don't.
Yeah, it's got the Black Forest Castle, blah blah blah. Yeah. Those originals.
But
it's not yellow, so it's no good.
The price is insane. Although in Australia, I'm glad we don't live in Australia because it's 600 in Australia.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine Australia. Like you can't get Lego there. Like I follow all the people, all my friends down there, and they can't even the used market is stupid expensive. Like we think ours is. No, that's crazy down there.
Next up, the Chevy Camaro's at 28,
Woo!
which that'll be on my list, but not for day one for sure. Because it's come on, American classic car. Camaros are cool, even though it's a GM. The Atari 2600 is coming out.
Don't care.
Yeah, same. There's a couple of seasonal iconic sets. So there's a Halloween set and Paris, and as well as the Lego brand store. It's not mentioned.
I still don't get why there's a mouse in the Halloween set.
I don't either. Well, because it's a black cat, so you got to have something with a black cat.
I get the cat, but
yeah,
I don't get the mouse.
it should have been a ghost. But anyway,
Ooh.
I said it again. Some Star Wars sets. Obviously, we've already talked about the ATT not being available, but there's some Star Wars sets being released as well. The Sanctum Sanctorum for $309 Canadian.
Another gorgeous set.
It is Groot and the Iron Man gauntlet, the Nano gauntlet, as they say. Lego Speed Champions, James Bond. I'm up for that one. The Fast and Furious, I'll probably get just because it's a car. But
I'm gonna get
muscle car.
It's a muscle car, yeah.
Not orange.
The
half pyramid. The half pyramid,
which was announced like back in June, right?
Yeah.
And it's still, I guess because it's available in Europe right now, but it never actually got to us.
Nope.
240 you can have both halves, or 260 have both halves.
Exactly. The Technic material handler and Airbus A380, I keep on trying to say that, H175 chopper, which has those new 5-spoked rotor pieces, which is interesting. If you don't know what we're talking about, watch last week's stream, Dave.
Yep.
Bunch of Lego Dots sets that are Mickey and Minnie related, which is actually kind of interesting because they're like little 1x1 rounds with Mickey's face and Minnie's face. So I could see those going for somebody.
JD Red Brick written all over them.
Yeah, she's going to be all over it. Also, we have the floral set and Rolling Stones artwork. A bunch of the brick heads, which includes the soccer ones and Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. I think we're almost there. Some Disney minifigure Mickey sets, as well as a castle for some of the princesses.
Nice.
The Haunted Mansion set's coming out, which is the micro one. If anybody's looking for 1x1 round sand green plates that have been crazy expensive on Bricklink over the past few years, like $1 plus a plate for a 1x1 round, this set actually has some. So $44, you get yourself some plates. Super Mario sets.
Who cares?
Okay. I wasn't going to say
I actually don't own one yet, so that's a shock.
The Ninjago sets, which there's
Ninjago is still going
ones here.
strong. It outlasted Chima, it outlasted Exoforce, it outlasted so many other themes.
Yeah.
And it's still going.
Monkey Kid, which some of these are really nice. The Heavenly thingy. Well, it says, why does it say US? That's weird. It doesn't have pricing here for Canada, but I know we're getting them. The Lego City train and the grocery store. I want the grocery store. Plus, there's a few other trains. They've got a bunch of train sets. He hasn't, or city sets. He hasn't put them all in here, but a bunch of the stunt sets too. Creator 3-in-1, the Viking ship, and the Downtown Noodle Shop. And there's also a Sunken Treasure mission that isn't shown here. And that's it.
Wow. That's a lot of cool sets.
Yeah, and like I said, there's a few that aren't shown because they're mentioned, but they're... Hey, Eric Sith, welcome.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah, that's cool. Catch the beginning later. Skip through the first drive.
It's careful, Eric. It's a really slow opening.
Well, I'm sorry. There was no one to talk to. It was me talking to myself. It's not my fault. People,
and to me.
Sorry, Duffy.
It's not my fault. People's computers are slow.
Well,
sorry, bud. I meant to get on.
8:30 next week. Dave, walk over and turn your PC on.
Yeah.
I'm just joking, of course. But as for fun builds, Brothers Brick. I saw this one today and I thought it was kind of funny. Dead Men Don't Sweat. Just kind of the humorous angle.
That's hilarious.
It is. So just cool building techniques. Some Bionicle stuff in here I'm noticing, but not that that's anything bad. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think there's also some Duplo in the treasure chest and stuff. So using what you got.
It's cool.
There's also this next one was featured on
Brothers Brick.
Brothers Brick. Thank you.
That's
But I ended up
almost
going into his
AI.
Flickr gallery. Sorry.
And he's using the same cockpit that you did, Jeff.
Yeah, and actually that's why I was trying. I went into his Flickr gallery because I wanted to figure out how he connected it, because I actually grabbed mine because I still have it here. And
Yeah.
for me, I ended
I
up
love
years
that.
ago. I used a
I love
hose
that.
to secure that piece in,
I
and
missed
it's
that
still
layout
open.
that had that chip on it. That was great.
But he's actually used the new 1x1 round with a bar coming out of it, like the
Right.
volume here. Go back to the picture. He's used. It's hard to see, but he's got a 1x1 bar, kind of in the window there to hold it in. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So maybe I'll do a revision of this or something. But
that's
also a
almost
cargo
as close to
carrier,
an eagle
though,
as you possibly can get.
what was that?
That's almost as close to an eagle as you possibly can get.
Yeah. So, but I mean, the way he built his cockpit, it comes out like it's separate because of the fact that you can't really build stuff in behind it,
Right.
to suit it in. But it's funny because he built it as a cargo carrier too, and mine was a cargo carrier too, just different design. So, but anyways, and I just had pulled up. Oh no, wait! I pulled up the picture of mine too, just in case I was too lazy to go get it. But I also pulled this up to see that I built this back in 2009, just to see how long it's
was
been.
it 2009?
Yeah, well, that's what the date is
2009.
here.
Wow.
The date is November 16th, 2009. It was taken.
Yeah, because we had layouts before that. I thought that had that on there. I have to go back in the archives of our videos.
Well, that would have been the first. Well, that's the first time I photographed it, so I don't know. And
Right.
you can see my beautiful photographic skills here.
Yeah.
But anyway, I said it anyhow again. Interesting thing.
No, you said anyway again.
Yeah, that too. Brick sets down to 20 sets available, or like not listed yet. So their algorithm's a few days ahead. Although this Lego delivery truck, we did. It's a Lego brand store opening set. So, but it's on a junior base. I just noticed as well.
Yeah, but the rest of the build looks cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a little small for a pickup truck, or for a Lego transport truck, but
well,
I mean, I would have gone flat nose.
If you're in Europe,
yeah, maybe
that's the kind of truck they have in the city, because bigger trucks can get through.
Makes sense. And that wraps up the news, I think. What's this? Oh yeah, the minifigs.
We love the minifigs.
Minifigs.
So that wraps up the news. So that just brings us to our chat conversation tonight.
Which is how awesome Jeff is.
Which is how which is something that started from Dave, because Dave he showed us this poster that's shown here on the side, with all these boxes here, which are actually names for all of his characters.
It's an org chart.
It's the org chart. Thank you. Fine. The org chart for his space. And now this comes from when you were a kid. You started planning this org chart in general.
Yeah.
So walk us through it,
45 years in the making.
How complex? When Dave creates his mock universe, he goes deep.
Well, we made the movie back in '84, right? So I'm just saying it goes pretty far back.
Yeah, 84.
Although all the characters in the movie are not in the org chart, so it's two different universes, DC and MCU.
Well, yeah, just some of the characters' names that were in there obviously weren't characters at that point.
Got me in trouble with the legal department.
Should I pull up the org chart? Do we want to see the org chart?
I don't know. So the Canadian Brick Chat was about do people actually like give their figs names, and do you have like a whole storyboard in the back of your head of your stuff, like in your layout? If you're doing a town layout or a space layout or a castle layout, do you name all your guys, or not all of them? Because I seen Jeff's castle layout. And how many figs are in your castle layout, Jeff?
7.
Yes. Pardon?
7.
Yeah. Six small ones, one big one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I probably a couple hundred figures, but I didn't create stories. I mean, I have little scenes here and there,
right?
Of characters doing funny things, but I didn't go into the extent of building an org chart for my castle, because hey, let's face it.
Do you have a king in your castle?
There is a king, yeah, in the central key. There is a king. King.
King or sire.
I
never.
think mine just stems from doing the movie back in '84, and so we had to name the guys because of course they're in the movie, and we named them, and so that just kind of kept going, and I wasn't thinking about it when I started the layout, but after I got the layout to where it is now, and I want to make some posters for it, this is where this came from.
Gotcha. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I get what you were trying to accomplish.
And I will say there was a few people at the show that actually came up to me and they said they noticed, quote unquote, the effort that was put into posing the minifigs. Like it looks like they're doing something, and just instead of random there's stuff all over the layout. So it's a snapshot of one day of working in the CSL, the Cassiopeia Sierra Lunar Base.
Yeah.
Jeff's in there twice, by the way.
I am. I thought I was only in here once. I only found myself once.
You're in the black, and you're also in the. I think unless I changed it.
Oh, Jeff. Jeff Clickin, is that supposed to be me?
Yeah, it's your rocket.
Yeah, but that's launch operations. Oh,
Jeff Clickin.
No, because I was
Jeff Clickett, and you're Jeff
Vanderwind.
Vanderwind.
That one I'd seen. It's under services here somewhere.
There you go.
Vanderwind.
Jeffy Vanderwind.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that Clickit was me because I don't know what Clickit would like. I just assumed that was another Jeff. Anyway, but yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. So, Dave, obviously, this is from lifelong passion to build. Like you had this in your brain when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you finally got to build what you wanted to build.
That's the story that I keep on telling people at shows, that I got my first base set when I was 10, and I wanted a place for them to live and work and sleep and have fun and go for adventures. So
I just realized that
So I'm wondering, Dave, is with that org chart, does that mean that all the minifigs in your layout actually have names?
No, I would imagine in the layout. I have not counted, but I think I have double the minifigs in the layout than there are in the org chart.
Okay.
Well, because there's general civilians, I would assume as well, or
Yeah, and so the blacks, I hate to say it that way. The Jeff, because it's all the black minifigs, black space minifigs, and so each one of those black minifigs are exactly how many black minifigs I have in the layout.
Okay.
But the rest of them are just random. Although the admirals, like Admiral Sandy's in the top, and Janie's in there, and Dave's in there. So those guys are specific to the sets and wherever they are. So, but the peons, shall we say, are just distributed throughout the layout. So those just about maybe 24 actual figs or actual people in the org chart that I know of. I can point them out. I can point out Jeff's minifig.
Well, and it's funny because I was looking at this and I didn't think about it until you start talking that the squares are color coded to what color the actual figure is in the set.
Except for white. White's just kind of a random. They gave me white, but they can also just be people that are meandering around with jeans and stuff inside the layout.
Well, and we have the new purple minifigure too, right?
Yeah. So it was supposed to be pink because you know how colorblind I am.
Yeah. Well, pink is the Kenny character, the Kenny figure.
Right? The sergeants that run the stormtroopers, the shock troopers, the sergeants, and then you got all the dark blues, which are all the
Marines.
Janie gave me a whole bunch of those at one point, so they're all named.
Yeah, and I have 4 that I can see.
Janie kept on giving to me every time I saw her. She was awesome. Like 3 or 4 print cuts would just give me like 3 or 4 that she had from St.
Well, it helped that she was in a store where she was able to open the figures, and because in her store they opened all the packages and put them into Ziplocs and they would put them on display so people could just buy them that way, because it was like people just appreciated that, right?
And then the blue is just the Benny minifig. So,
yeah.
And
so you're missing gray and purple, basically.
Yeah, I have 3 gray minifigs in the layout, and I have I guess I got green in the org chart and orange in the org chart, and those correspond exactly.
Oh yeah, orange. Oh, it's orange. Orange is over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So Dave, I won't say is well. You've built a whole universe for this. You have stories going on, as I
And I want to
mentioned.
write them out sometime.
Well, and as I've mentioned, my castle, I do set up little scenes, but I don't go to the extent of, this is Bob the king.
Bob the
Bob.
King.
Yeah, I don't go to that extent of it. How about you, Mr. Sincere?
I gotta admit that I do tend to like either write or think about the backstory when I'm building something. Like for most ship that I build, I have backstories, either how they were conceived, how they were, what's their utility. I sometimes I even go as far as naming the pilot and uh, uh, putting a specific pilot with a specific backstory to a specific ship.
Yeah,
So
okay.
because I think it's on Lego Masters, the Lego Masters always talk about telling a story with your build,
Well,
and I
that's
think
because they're judged based on that, though, too, right? Like
yeah,
story is part of the component of winning. So
yeah, but I think in general, when you're doing mocks or you're building something to display to the public, you want to tell a story. So it I think it helps with the storytelling to have like a, a story to tell in your mind
yeah,
with your
yeah,
build.
I agree. And I mean, I could create stories. It's just I'm like, do I have a story for this? Yes, probably going to be a cargo carrier, and that's the extent of it right now. Um, I mean, when I showed this on our private chat, um, Jeff McElwee said the C stands for Canadian Navy or Canadian Army. I forget what he actually said, Canadian something. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it does. Really, it probably stands for concrete because that's what it was. Um, but yeah, I mean, I might create a backstory at some point, or at least an idea of a story, um, if need be. Like if I build a whole fleet or something of dark blue type ships, then yeah, maybe I'll expand on it or something. I don't know.
It's give and take, because like when you and I used to do the layouts together, like there was
Yeah.
no thought about people in layout. But we still had a cohesive overall every time. Even the first one, we had a cohesive layout where things were just like strewn randomly all over a bunch of base plates.
Yeah, we had planned out where things would be, and
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and the one thing I do like is, like, even in the movies like the A-Team or whatever you're watching, you see all those F-14s or F-15s like in a nice row along the tarmac.
yeah,
And one of the scenes that we used to have when we just did the ad hoc layouts before we started with the towers and stuff, I always made sure there was like 4 or 5 base plates in a row, and you can put all the Galaxy Explorers pointing in the same direction, so it looks like it's like a fleet of ships sitting parked ready to go. It's almost like
yeah,
that scene in BSG, I think it was season 1 or 2, when Apollo had snuck all those little Vipers underneath the garbage scow, and the top popped off, and these
1970s or 90s or
the 90s.
was it 90s or 2000s? Okay,
2000.
The good one.
the good one or the old one? Let's put it
The
that way.
good one.
Okay.
They're both good, but the new one, when the
Yeah.
Starbucks was running that mission, and they had all the Vipers
Thanks,
hidden underneath the big huge block of steel, and it pops off, and they're all nicely in a row.
Yeah.
I always like those kind of scenes, and like even in Arizona, where you have the plane
Graveyard.
all the
Yeah.
planes are all lined up, even
Yeah.
though they're never going to get used again. I just love those kind of scenes.
Oh, I agree.
And
Yeah.
and in the layout, I always have that one little corner where they're either launching a rocket, which is the set that you got for Christmas that one time,
Yeah.
or they're looking for minerals, and you can just see
Yeah.
that they're actually busy doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, your setup also is you slide it out of the box and you put it down, and everything's
you
kind of
drop
already
it.
set there, right? It's plop and drop
the
is what
best
we
thing ever.
usually call it, right? Whereas the castle for me, I've got to put it all on there. Like
You have to set up every time.
Toralug's doing a show in Barrie,
Barrie.
which is about 2 hours away from me.
Rick, awesome. I wish I was going, because
Yeah, the last week of August.
awesome.
Yvonne, don't get any ideas yet because we were both talking at the same time. What'd you say, Dave?
Right. So I was saying, Vic Awesome, I was there last time. It was a great show, except I lost my gallbladder on the way home.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go to that one, and if I do go, I might bring the castle. But at the same time, it depends on how long the setup is, because I need like a day to set that thing up right now because it's not plop and drop. It's
And there's no way for you to have a section of that castle, is there? You can't bring part of that castle.
there is, but I mean, it's just because they're in such big bins, like they're going to get shaken around and figures are going
Right.
to fall off, right? I don't have the like. I mean, if nothing's broken, I could probably assemble a castle in a couple hours. I mean, I've done it here, where I can put it together in a few hours. But throwing all the figs on and doing all that stuff, that's where all the detail is. And
Yeah.
like, I can't simply just put a base plate down with everything on it right away because I don't have a storage ability for that yet. If I'm going out to this show, it's for the weekend, so I'll have to figure it out. Again, I don't even know if I will go. If I do go, I might not even bring the castle. I might bring like some of the smaller things I have.
Small.
Yeah.
The one thing I tried to build into this layout that I have going on right now is the ability to do a smaller version of it that takes 20 minutes to set up.
Okay. So
But
like
I'm not there yet.
A one crate type setup?
Basically 1 or 2, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Why would you want to do that?
Just in case I do, like, I don't want to do a 5-hour show and set up for 2 hours and take down for an hour. I want to set up for 20 minutes and then sit there for a show.
Yeah.
And then scale it up so I could go back to the 7.5 by 10 that we used to do.
Yeah,
if
that would
I
be
had more
nice.
time to set it up.
Yeah, I mean, would you love to have a little bit bigger layout?
I honestly, Jeff, I miss your 2 buildings. I miss the train station and I miss the air center. I really miss those buildings a lot. And they just don't fit in the existing layout. But if I add one more set of so it goes to 5 by 10, I could fit one more. If I go to 7.5 by 10, I can fit them both like our old show. Like I did that layout like 4 or 5 times over a couple years, and had all the buildings on it at 7.5 by 10. But that means I'd have to have 3 extra boxes, and I don't have a place in the van for them, so I'd have to get a trailer. I would have to go to a trailer.
Well, you have a trailer. It's a pop-up.
Yeah, but
just rip everything out of there and put your bins in there. Done. Problem solved. Jeez, come on, Dave. Think outside the van.
Well, and I got roof racks. I can put stuff up on the roof.
I don't know if I'd want to put Lego on the roof.
That's my issue.
Yeah, don't put Lego on the roof.
I did.
Well, okay.
I think
but
I have actually have a Thule, so
yeah.
I put Lego in my Thule. But
how did it survive? Did it travel okay? Like,
yeah, fine.
I just figure it's higher up, so it would be more susceptible to the movements of the car and stuff. Huh. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah. So I mean, and not many people in the chat right now. I mean, we've got 4 people in the chat. Eric sits there, and Macro popped in, but dinner's calling. My sister, I don't know if she has backstories when she builds things. She did build a little Thumper and Bambi model. Dave's got books.
Pardon?
Dave's got Bibles of his.
Yeah, this is the Lego War Saga.
Oh, he just froze.
6 stories in here. We filmed one of them.
Oh,
And so, yeah, it has all the characters, it has all the backstories, it has who they are and what they do. And this is done on my Commodore 64 back in 1982. So,
he adores the
64. And so it just evolved from here till the layout that exists now.
But there were pictures of the ships in there. Did you cut those out from the instructions?
Yeah, so I cut some of the brochures and stuff. And this would have been Lego War 6. So it had it had all the space polices and all the alpha ones and the command centers and all that stuff. So because I expanded it.
How many volumes do you actually have?
There's 6 stories.
How many binders do you have?
Oh, this one. It's all in here.
Oh, it's all in there. Okay, just 6 happens to be at the front.
Yeah, so that's because it was the continuing saga. So I just put it in the front because I was actually writing the stories. So but it just kind of went on from there, and it just never stopped. And it's always been in my head as I keep on bringing people on my shows that when I do a show, I said, like, since, as I said, 10, I wanted a place for these people to live, work, sleep, and have their lives, and that's been in the back of my head. So having fleshing out, and we read all those Asimov and Clark and Star Trek and whatever else. You have this whole backstory for all these characters, and you say, hey, I have a layout that's comparable in the space sense to something like that, and maybe there should be a story there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, definitely it would be easy enough to make stories for sure, based
Yeah.
on what you have in there, right? Like,
And the org chart is part of that.
and the which
The org chart is part of that.
the org charts part, yeah, for sure. Have you
Well,
filled in all the names now? Are there still some
Pardon?
blanks? Are there still some blanks?
Just Chris's kid and Mark's kid. There's only 2 blanks I have because I didn't want to put their kids' names in there unless they said I can put their kids' name in there. So.
Oh, okay. That's what you're saying.
And then I'm gonna send it out to the printers.
My kids are there.
I know.
They're in my crew.
Are my kids there? I don't think my kids are there.
Yeah, they are. Look under your name. It says Tommy and Sarah. Like, are you kidding? Of course your kids are there.
I don't know what you've done or haven't done, Dave. How?
You saw your name and you didn't see your kids' names. I'm actually shocked.
Well, where am I? Is it in the black section? Oh, Tommy.
Oh,
and Sarah Peterson. So again, I saw Peterson. So I just thought, oh, those are people you know. I didn't realize that those were my kids. Jeez. Well,
I wouldn't leave you hanging, Jeff.
You know, I didn't think, Dave. Obviously.
That's fine. No, and Tommy and Sarah, like, is and as Dave said to me in the chat today that I completely forgot a few of my favorite shows, so I went back and I filled in all the spaces with my other shows that I forgot. I had the entire Cheers cast in there, but I removed them because and I remember that I absolutely adore. I can't believe I forgot this. I absolutely adore Babylon 5, so I put a ton of Babylon 5 characters in there.
Which section has the cleaning crew that we were talking about today?
The cleaning crew. There's
it's all the way down, I think.
There's Ann B. Davis or Alice B. Davis, which is probably the only non-science fiction reference in the entire thing. Because Ann B. Davis was Alice in the
medical. Wasn't it over here?
Yeah. It's
Hazmat. Oh,
Bill Starr.
Oh yeah, Bill Starr, John Barf, Rick Helmet, Daphne Vespa. So you didn't go with any of the ones that we.
No, but Dave nailed it with the cast of Lone Star with Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Oh, okay.
So
my favorite movie of all time.
I can't believe I forgot that because it's up there with my favorite too, Dave, and I cannot believe I forgot that, so I had to put him in there. So
I'm guessing some of the 3 people that are watching this right now are yelling at the computer right now, nerds!
Oh yeah.
Nerds!
It's a name I use, I wear with pride.
Fair enough. And at some point, if I were doing a bigger project, I might use a story to kind of lead me there too. I'm thinking, but
a storyboard.
I haven't had the need for it yet, I guess.
No, you do kind of have a story because looking at your castle, you told me that the king had an actual guard, and they were all these minifigs with.
Yeah, I mean, I have the castle. I have like the factions organized at least and stuff like that.
See?
There are royal guards and stuff, but it's not like they have
factions like from the original Castle series, like Black Falcons and all that stuff.
Yeah, Black Falcons are there. Like it's basically because there's a jousting tournament going on, so all the factions are down at the bottom as well.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean the Lion Knights. The Lion Knights are all like the tower guards and the wall guards and stuff, and then the newer white and red characters and the crown knights, the ones that have the crown logos. Right. Those are like the inner keep guards, right. And then like the white and red ones are the king's guard type thing. So
nice.
See, so, I mean, that's kind of a backstory.
It is, but I mean that's just more for organization, like
general.
Yeah, it's just,
like lead the specific.
Yeah. Although I'm just thinking it would be kind of fun to have the king do a procession down at some point during the show, like slowly move him down to the.
Because if you think about it, Jeff, especially your castle, and I just adore your castle. Like it's so big that you can get your camera and just take pictures and make a storyboard.
Yeah.
Like a 5 or 6 page story.
Yeah. For sure.
And I remember back in the day, back in Lugnet, there was a few people that would set up something and then take a picture, not frame by frame, but they would have like a comic book with real pictures of it, whatever, and they would have like the balloons of the text above them and stuff like that. And I thought that was honestly very, very cool because you're not making a movie.
Like I 100% agree.
So
I'm just because I did build the castle with the idea that you could take a camera and drop it right down into the street level, and I'm
right,
just trying to find a picture of that right now.
because that didn't happen to me until we got into Pete's studio and we had the whole blackout sheets all around it. Because
Yeah,
it looks like a space layout. Right. So it's like that would have been nice to have set up for a weekend and just be able to take random shots throughout the layout and make a storyboard.
for
And
sure, I could totally see that.
yeah,
My God, how many castle pictures did I take over the year?
it's a beautiful
Holy crap.
castle. It deserves lots of pictures. It's a gorgeous castle.
Well,
It's one of
because
the-
every time I was building parts of it, I was taking photos. But yeah, yeah.
I mean, you've always built great stuff, Jeff, but that's seriously one of my favorite things I've ever seen.
Well, I appreciate that.
It's true.
Where is it? Oh my God,
Castle,
3,000 photos later.
Although it'd be very hard to do a collab with you in the space layout.
What was that?
It'd be very hard to do a collab with you. Now you got a castle layout with a space layout.
Well, I do have space stuff kind of too.
I know you
He
have.
still
space
have
stuff.
his ship, his container ship.
He
so-
still has his. You still have the train station or just?
I
the
still have
logo?
a full train layout. Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about the space train station. That you had the logo, the trans.
Oh no, the logo still exists. It's right up here.
Okay.
But the actual building is. I've taken all those buildings apart, like the air processor. And
So
things
even
like
the air
that.
compressor's gone.
But those are easy enough for me to rebuild.
What
because
about the monorails for that? Are they still together?
the monorail? No, I don't have the monorails anymore. I'm trying to think if I still have the train.
Because you had the two monorail trains that were just gorgeous.
Oh yeah. Because they're in my space hangar.
Okay.
And I still have the monorail trail.
Okay,
It doesn't actually move. It's just a stationary item now.
Fine.
But yeah, I'm never going to find this picture. I mean, I will, but oh well, yeah. Here we
Like
go.
3 hours later.
Well, I mean, this is just from the front gate. This is the one I was thinking of. Let me just throw it back up here. Where it's just the shot of like going in the gate. Obviously, before I actually put the doors on the gate. But just the idea that you could literally drop your camera in and take a photo, or drop your phone
anywhere.
And yeah, you with the figures detailed and stuff. I mean, it's something you could do for sure.
You could do that entire thing just like the guy who did the Bible out of Lego that one time. Whatever his name was.
Hey, Axel, how are you?
Hey, Axel.
Hello, Axel.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. It's like he knew you guys were going to say hi. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I think if it comes down to it, if I needed to build a story, or if something came into my head, right,
you can easily do it.
There is a story that does exist. It's just how detailed that story is, right?
Right.
So
the more you set up, the more detailed that story is going to get. Trust me.
Well, exactly. And I mean, yeah, if you need more inspiration, then you just start thinking through a little bit more, and it's like, okay, well, this could happen, or this could happen, and it'll lead you to it.
And then your minifigs just miraculously go where you want them to go. You put them where, and all of a sudden there's a story there, and people see it.
Yeah.
Like a jousting tournament is one thing; it's pretty obvious, right? But just having a couple minifigs over in a corner doing something or whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I had the orange spaceman in there, and that was the idea. That there's like a little landing party until one of them disappeared. So, what can you do?
Transporter accident.
Exactly.
Now you only need yellow. Make P. Beat up bricks. Okay, I don't get. Yeah, that. Sorry, my brain's not thinking fully.
Yellow makeup, I think, because you would be a minifigure with your shirt.
Oh, yes, this is true. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these shirts for makeup. Thank you, Dave and Axel, for. Sorry, I was like make -P. What? I buy a bunch of shirts to wear when I'm actually at shows and stuff. So, no more shows this year, technically, I guess. At least big shows.
I don't have one scheduled for the rest of the year. It's kind of sad.
But yeah, Brickworld Chicago, both of you need to come
next year.
Well,
if our main one would be Brick Fair or whichever one's in Virginia.
Well, Bricks in the Six will probably happen next year too.
Yeah, we'll be there because we are RTL. I mean, we are RTL Trump. Don't tell Jed. I said that. No, Joseph, I said that.
At the moment, to me, Brick World is going to be better than Brick Fair overall. Like I've been to both.
Oh, sure, but I've been to Brick World, and Sandy wants to see DC. So
yeah. The only show that's coming up, Axel, is Brick Fair in Virginia, which is next weekend, I believe. And there's a few West Coast or East Coast shows as well, but nothing that's really drivable. I mean, I've been to 3 cons this year. I can't afford to go to a 4th.
Especially since your last one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Chicago was expensive. I mean, Alabama was expensive too.
well, for
I mean,
sure.
It was the same. Gas was a little cheaper at that point, but
But even
And I think your stay got a little cheaper too.
San Diego Comic Con, don't I wish?
do they actually have like the local Lego lug down there doing a display?
No, I don't
Nope.
believe there's any Lego display there. It's too hard to get space in that building during
Yeah.
Comic Con.
I'm gonna say Anime North. I was surprised that but there was plenty of space, but there was like 30,000 people a day. Like I've never
Yeah.
seen at any show ever that many people.
So, I that was the one that you just did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't realize how I joined Tora Lug just recently. Joined as
I saw that.
I'm in their Discord group,
Yeah.
but I haven't signed in. I haven't done anything with them really yet. I'm still trying to keep up with their Discord chat because they
Yeah,
chat all the time.
a little busy.
It's a little busy. But I mean, if I had been in a little earlier, I maybe would have done the San Diego or the
Anime
Toronto
North.
Anime
Oh,
North
for
thing.
goodness, next year, Jeff, because
'Cause
like
You guys had a lot of space that wasn't being used in there too.
I'm
I
just saying,
noticed.
we bookend the space with our two layouts, and we're done. I mean, that's just fantastic.
Yeah. So
I got that. Well, you can get there Thursday night. If you can get your pass, you can get so you'd have all Thursday night to set up, and then all Friday morning because the show's opens at 5 p.m.
yeah.
I didn't get my pass at 3 p.m. So I was actually the layout itself was set up before 5, but then I'm doing the population, putting all the ships down after 5. So the people were just already buzzing through. But if you want the time, you'll have it to set up your layout.
Yeah. No. I would say next year I'll probably do it. I would think.
And supposedly, and I missed out on this one because I didn't see it until afterwards. We get a free room if you want it.
You get a free room,
Yes, room.
like place to stay.
They give us 2 rooms.
Oh, interesting.
They give Toro Luck 2 rooms.
Wow.
And so originally the premises was 1 room for the girls, 1 room for the boys, but nobody grabbed them, and I didn't know about them until after we lost them.
Well, okay.
So Joseph took 1 room for him and his wife, and then a week before the show, I said, "Well, I need to stay somewhere because I don't want to drive it." And every hotel in the entire GTA was booked, by the way.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah.
Well, Anime North and the Molson Indy or whatever they call it now, and there was some other big convention going on downtown, so it was absolutely packed. The Toronto was just super busy the entire weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a place I could probably stay close by if I had to, but
well, I was gonna bake Kellum, but that wasn't gonna happen. So
yeah.
But yeah, you stay right on Prem in the hotel for free.
Yeah, well, that would be handy.
Yes.
Lego's sponsoring the Women's European Champion in England. You see their logo all the time. That's pretty cool. And England versus Germany on Sunday. Cool. So I think we're going to pretty much wrap it up, though. Kind of covered our topic and such.
Good topic, good topic, Dave.
It was Dave's idea. Actually, it was Dave's fault that it's Dave's idea.
I just show up.
My ideas bounce off his ideas.
Whatever.
The next 2 weeks, like 2 weeks from today, is Lego's 90th anniversary, the August 10th. So we'll definitely do something 90th anniversary related that week, that day. I'm not sure exactly what.
Let's have cake.
We'll have cake. Okay, sure. I'll try and figure out how to FedEx cake to everybody. But also, I'm thinking even next week, maybe we could do something.
We're going to have to, each of us has to bring up like their oldest set that they have.
I have that.
You win, Dave.
No, I don't know.
Well, this is 1972, but I got a few older ones.
I've got the slider box version of that. And I actually just got rid of a few of my older boxes that were looked like that. So, but yeah. So next week we'll also do a 90th anniversary thing. Maybe we'll do like best sets over time or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure out what to do. Brickset's also been doing a 90th anniversary thing every day that they've got a different article. Like I think it's Lego's doing it like every day 1 through 90, and they're showing a fact for each of those days. So probably on the 90th anniversary day, all those facts will exist. So maybe we'll kind of read through those and talk about them as well. But I figure for the next 2 weeks we can have some 90th anniversary talk, and hopefully
that brick that they every shooting the instructions around the 90th anniversary brick.
the
With
brick
the
the instructions are available. I talked about it earlier. Did you manage to get one, Dave?
No.
Okay, they're available again on August 10th, which is a Wednesday. So I mean, and the 11th. But yeah, sorry, I'm just checking my phone here because my kid's out and about right now. I might need to be picked up at some point.
But I already have a brick with a slot in it, so I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, is that maybe that's why there's a slot in the side of the red brick?
Yeah, it's
Probably.
the original brick from 1949.
But it only has a slot on one side.
I know. I was wondering what is that, because they slots are on both sides.
So I would say, what is that? Why is it there? I forgot that the original brick had the slot in it.
But they had slot on two sides, not on just
Yeah.
one side.
On the 2x4, there's only has on the one side. It doesn't have on the other side.
Oh, so maybe that's what they're going with.
The 2x2 has, or at least this one has it on both sides.
Yeah, the 72-hour stream happened last weekend too, and I was watching a bit of that. And it actually started Thursday night, and I didn't know about it until Wednesday that it was going on. So I've got to figure out who runs it and all that stuff, and see if we can get in maybe next year or something like that, and we can do our show to kick it off or something. If you guys are interested.
I'm always
sure.
interested in helping you.
But we don't have to run it for 72 hours. It could be an hour. It'll be like a 2-hour stream. We'll have to fill 2 hours or 1 hour. We'll go for 2, because we can easily do that.
I guess
We go on the tangent, we can go like 3.
Yeah, assuming we make it that long, right? Because that's another year away.
I can set up the layout in the living room and just put the camera on it for 2 hours at a time.
Yeah, we can maybe do that. Oh, Buttshot Bricks organizes it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I have to figure out how to get a hold of them. Again, like a few of the lugs like Old Gray Bricks, I don't think they were actually in the loop this time as well, so they didn't get to do one. So anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna actually end the broadcast now because I talked about that a few minutes ago. So we'll talk to everybody later. Stay safe, have fun. We'll see you next week, and talk about 90th anniversary stuff. Hitting the button.
Everybody.